Hey, what up guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you episode number 2 of my Madden 2013 Connected Careers with Matt Vall on the 49ers. You can see us taking some practice snaps here and hitting Vernon Davis in the open field for a nice 17-yard catch. And yeah, we're just doing some practice here, trying to see if we can get in the starting lineup before the season starts. So after a couple nice plays in practice, we are going into our first game of the year against the Green Bay Packers at LAMBEAU Field. And this is a tough one right off the bat. I mean, the 49ers are expected to be a pretty good team this year for sure. Like, definitely playoffs, at least hopefully. You know, you never know what can happen in the NFL season. Someone can get hurt. Some team can just bust out of nowhere and be amazing. Who knows? Almost like the 49ers were last year. Anyways, yeah, so the first game of the year against the Packers is a tough test. We don't really want to be starting the season at 0-1. But I'm not sure if we're going to have much say in the matter anyways, because as you can see, here we go, shaking hands with the Packers, getting ready for the game. Week 1, and we are sitting on the bench, and we're going to watch the games. So we don't even have a choice as to what goes on. We can't win the game. We can't lose the game. We just got to sit here and actually kick field goals all day. So since this is the first game of the year, I'm going to show pretty much everything because it was a big deal. You know, game 1 against the Packers, and we take a 7-3 lead in the second quarter here. So defense holding up pretty good against Aaron Rodgers, and those receivers are pretty awesome. I mean, to hold them to 3 points in the second is a pretty good thing here. And we get another touchdown before the half ends to take a 14-3 lead, and we're kicking that field goal also because why not? It's kind of stupid actually how they make me kick the field goals even though I'm just holding the ball, but I guess they figured like, well, whatever, might as well give them something to do. So I don't know, I have a bit mixed feelings on it. It's not realistic technically, you know, but whatever, like it is true, at least I have something to do. So getting another touchdown before the half again, there was like 2 minutes left after that last one, and now we take a 21-3 lead, and it's a pretty commanding lead. Definitely silencing the crowd at LAMBEAU, and I don't know, maybe just stealing the momentum right from the Packers right off the bat, and maybe secure an easy win. Who knows? The Packers come back with a touchdown there, but we are going to try a field goal, 32 yards, and let's see. This field goal will be good because it'll get us a definite 3 scores ahead. Sorry. So kicking that field goal through, and yeah, Packers doing pretty well in week 1 despite not having Matt Vall on the field. So this is going to be a pretty long video. I'm just going to tell you right now that we do not get on the field. So we are going to basically watch most of the games in sim mode. In future episodes, I will cut it even more, but I'm pumped. The thing about this Connected Careers thing is it's taking over from my franchise mode, because I was going to do a franchise mode with the Chiefs again, but I fiddled around with the quarterback Connected Careers and I really liked it. It's a lot of fun. So I figure, all right, well, I'll just make a quarterback and then we'll go on a team, and that'll be like the dynasty mode. So I want to show everything that happens this year, because it's not just about Matt Vall in this series. It's about the 49ers or whatever team he ends up playing for. So as you can see, we have a huge lead now, 34-13 after this extra point, and there's pretty much no losing it. So a nice game. Now let's see if anything else happens. The offense seems to be kicking in pretty good there. Randy Moss with a 7-yard touchdown pass, or a catch, I guess. And I was saying, yeah, so we end the game 34-13. And I was saying in the last video that I'm interested to see how Randy Moss will do, because I learned an interesting stat the other day. If you notice, in the preseason this year, I think he had 1 catch, and it wasn't really anything special. And you know, he's not really on the field all that much. Now, the year the Patriots won the Super Bowl with Randy Moss and Tom Brady threw 50 touchdown passes, Randy Moss had 0 catches in the preseason. So it's almost like the Patriots were thinking, like, let's hide how good he is and then just unleash him on the league game 1. So it could be something like that this year. Maybe, you know, the possibilities are less As you can see, Moss there making a nice over 30-yard catch there. The possibilities are less this year of him breaking out like he did that year, because he's much older now and he's got not as good of a quarterback at all throwing it to him. But we can see here, doesn't looking like it matters, as he has the speed to just race by all the defenders in practice. So doing pretty well, and yeah, we'll see what happens with Randy Moss this year. Who knows? I actually expect that he's probably just going to get injured early on, and he's not going to play all that much. He's going to be like injury riddled all year, and you know, then that'll be the end of it, kind of like T.O. Anyways, week 2 taking on the Lions this time. Another good team. This team used to be like shit, like the worst team in the league. Literally the best chance to go 0-16. Actually, I think they did. I feel like an idiot now. I can't even remember, but I'm pretty sure that they did go 0-16 not all that long ago. And now, though, they got Stafford. They have Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, and Pettigrew at tight end, who's a pretty decent pick at tight end. He's a good receiver. So the running game is a little bit in shambles for them. Javid Best is just hurt all the time, and then behind him, they don't even know who they have. They're rotating in and out constantly, and it's like they're just going to have no running game. Missing a field goal here that could have given us a 10-3 lead in the second quarter, but whatever. I mean, we can just rely on our team to get us back the lead. And we can see here, with 1:10 left in the second quarter, we're going to try another field goal to give us that 10-point advantage, well, 7-point advantage, which is huge in the NFL, man, especially when you got someone like Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson on the other team. They can score any minute of the game, so we want to make sure we have as much of a lead as possible just to have a buffer against that, because you're never going to stop them. So here we go, buzzing through the third quarter now. Getting another touchdown, so another field goal. And I know this could be a little bit boring, guys. I apologize. I believe this is actually the last game that I show pretty much the entire sim. Like I said, you see Randy Moss with another touchdown. I want to keep track of the stats that my other teammates get too, because I'm interested to see how well we do this year, whether I play in the games or not. But anyways, getting a field goal here for a 24-3 lead. Now another commanding lead, and 49ers are looking pretty damn good this year, at least at the start of the season. That's a 73-yard punt return, I guess. So yeah, just getting points everywhere. But here we see the Lions getting another touchdown, but we're going to kick another field goal, and if this lands, it's going to be a 17-point lead. And of course it's going to land. I did miss one, but I don't miss very many, so yep, 27-10 lead, and watching the replay, it looks like it just made it over the bars there, but that's still good. So yeah, 27-10, and there's only one quarter left, and look at this, the Lions get a touchdown, the Lions get a field goal, and then on literally the last play of the game, the Lions get another touchdown to tie the game and put us into overtime. Now the 49ers are in field goal range. This is a 41-yard field goal, and the Lions are even trying to ice the kicker with a timeout here, which is pretty interesting. So 14-mile-an-hour winds pointing behind us, and we nail this kick. And is it going to go in? Oh, it just makes it in. Wow, the game-winning field goal just barely got in there. It almost hit the bar. So the 49ers leave Detroit with another victory. This one not quite as easy as the first one, even though the team was a bit easier technically. 30-27 in overtime. So I feel lucky to get away with a win there. Even though we had this huge lead, we almost gave away that. So jumping back into the practice field, Matt Vall's still working hard, trying to show the coach that he deserves to be in there. Hitting Moss again on a comeback route. That's going to be one of my favorite routes in this year's game, I think. It actually works really well, so I'll show you more once we get on the field. Hitting Davis here over the middle. Sorry, for another touchdown in practice, and it looks like we're going to go on a goal line pass here and just hit Davis wide open field. Nice touch on that throw, but it was like 5 yards away. So moving into week 3, we are taking on the Vikings. And yeah, looking at my video thing here, it looks like I'm not showing half as many highlights, so we should be able to speed through it a little bit quicker. Shaking hands, we're in Minnesota here, but Minnesota is just not a good team at all. They are in pure rebuilding mode. So actually behind by 3 here, but we expect to get back into it. Getting a field goal there again. I'm not showing all the highlights this time. So now getting a touchdown, and at the end of the first half, we have a 10-3 lead, 17-3 lead now, and just continuing to sim through the game. It looks like the 49ers are doing pretty well, even without Matt Vall in the lineup. So a little bit humbling here, as we thought we were going to be the one to take the 49ers through a nice season into the playoffs, and hopefully with a Super Bowl win. But Alex Smith doing the job just fine right now as we win that game, and we have a 3-0 record to kick off the season, which is great. You go into game 4 feeling super confident when you're winning that many games, and you know, you just keep winning when you have the confidence. So taking on the Jets here in New York. Jets, again, not, in my opinion, okay, this is one of those teams that, like, looks bad on paper. Mark Sanchez, I believe, has the skills to be a good quarterback, but I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have the receivers that he needs, the offensive line that he needs. I don't really know. I don't follow the Jets that much, but I do know that he's been struggling, even though I think he has a talent. He just needs some more help around him. So we have a 7-3 lead in the second quarter here, going into the halftime, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, it's 24-17 for the Jets, and they get another field goal to increase the lead by 10 and end up winning that game. So the 49ers lose to the Jets pretty harshly too, by over 10 points, and or by 10 points, I guess. Sorry, and yeah, that was a disappointing loss. I thought we were going to win that game pretty easily, considering we've already beaten the Packers and the Lions. Both teams, I think, are better than the Jets. So moving into practice now, again, Matt Vall hitting Moss, and Moss seems to be a favorite target as well, alongside Davis. So we want to get on the field and use these receivers. If we don't get on the field this year, Moss might not be around next year. And who knows, Davis is quietly getting up there in age, I believe. So, you know, he's not getting any younger. So taking on the Bills in this game, we're down 10-7 in the second, but we end up winning the game 38-20. So a nice comeback win there, coming back off a loss and getting a win at home against the Bills. Feels good. So we move up to 4-1, which has to be among the best in the league right now. So pretty good stuff so far this year. But still, we did have that disappointing loss. We see we make the news here. Frank Gore, a beast in that game on the ground. So going back into practice here, we haven't really used Frank Gore that much, but in practice I'm solely focused on passing the ball. We hit Davis over the middle again, and I know that play is going to work in an actual season game. So we want to get on the field, as I've been saying, but it is still not happening. Here we are at home again, this time taking on the Giants, and this is a big game because the Giants are considered to be another playoff team, and this could be a playoff preview, basically, because, I mean, guaranteed both these teams are probably going to make it to the playoffs. And the Giants coming up with a 17-0 lead, like, almost into the second quarter. Finally, we're going to kick a field goal here and try to bring the score a little bit closer. Or, sorry, not a field goal, extra point after a touchdown. So we're down by 10 now. And here we are down by, I think, 13, trying to bring us back to within 10 with this field goal, and it looks like it's going to make it over the bar, but we don't have that much time left. And yeah, we end up actually losing that game to the Giants at home, and another disappointing loss, although a little bit more understandable because the Giants, although, like, the Giants are a boring team in my opinion to say that they're really good, but you know what, like Eli Manning, Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, and the running back Bradshaw are all pretty damn good. So to have them all on one team is pretty amazing. So you can't deny their talent. Here we are hitting Crabtree for once in practice, and I mean, I've hit him a few times, and whenever he catches the ball, he feels pretty good. He has dropped the ball more than I would like, a lot more than Davis and a lot more than Moss. So I haven't been throwing to him all that much, but once he gets the ball, he seems like he's pretty quick and good in open space. So this game is prime time against the Seahawks, and I believe that means it's, I don't know if I've played a Monday night game yet, but I have had a couple prime time games, and I think that's the 8:30 game on Sunday night. So that's pretty cool, but one of them could have been a Monday night game, I'm not sure. I didn't notice any difference. So taking on the Seahawks, again, expected to be a good team, but you can see in the third quarter we're down 24-7, so we're going for it on fourth, and Alex Smith takes the sack and does not look very good there. So that is going to just completely shift the momentum 100% into the Seahawks' favor. Although we do get a touchdown here in the fourth quarter, or sorry, a field goal, and something else happened there. I don't know. It's too quick for me to notice, but all of a sudden we only lose by 2. So we had a chance to come back and win that game. If Vall was on, we would have definitely taken that chance and won the game. But because the 49ers want to leave Alex Smith in there, we take a loss. So I think our record is 4-3 now after getting 2 losses in a row. Matt Vall's still in practice, and he's getting a little bit frustrated about not getting into the game. He is throwing a pick on purpose just so he can lay that defender out. That was completely on purpose. So here we go, taking on the Arizona Cardinals now at Arizona. And we're going to shake hands here. This is a nice stadium to play at, I've noticed. It's pretty cool. A good thing about this game is, like, the different stadiums you play in. I don't know if it's just me, like, hoping and wanting to feel good about the game, but I have noticed that playing in specific stadiums is pretty damn cool. Like, playing in the Giants stadium, like, we didn't play in the season, but I played a game against the Giants in New York, and it felt really cool. It felt like there was a lot of pressure, you know, from the crowd and stuff like that. And KC, their Arrowhead Stadium is always amazing to play in. It's always nice weather, and the crowd is all red, and it's a nice stadium to play in as well. So we take the win against the Cardinals here, and this is going to be the last game I show for this video. We're going to take a look at the standings. 5-3, so we're ahead in the division, 8th in the conference, I believe, or in the NFL. And we're going to take a look at the standings. Look at the Redskins, 8-0. Holy shit, RG3 OP much? Probably. There you see the Giants and the Patriots and the Panthers. A bit of a surprise. The Ravens are doing well. Buccaneers, some would say, is a surprise. Jaguars, everyone would say, is a surprise. And there's the 49ers and the Jets. And we're going to go through the entire, all these stats here. But yeah, so this video was the first 8 games of the season, and depending on what happens in the last 8 games of the season, I'm going to show them all simulated like this one, but probably a bit more condensed because this video is going on 18 minutes soon, and yeah, it's quite a bit. A surprise here, look at that, Alex Smith with the top QB rating in the NFL right now, with over 2,000 yards. Not very many can match that. Drew Brees does have it, Matt Stafford has it. But not much else. Aaron Rodgers with 2,500 yards is pretty good there, but he's down near the bottom of the pack in QB rating. So yeah, like I said, next video will be the last 8 games of the season and possibly any playoff games. I'm not sure. I haven't thought about it too much yet. I want to, like, we are literally 1 overall point behind Matt Stafford. So if I can successfully complete enough practice games, I may be able, I don't know if I match his overall, maybe they'll put me in. It's kind of stupid considering he's leading the league in QB rating, but I don't know, like these games do stupid shit like that sometimes. So maybe I can get in the lineup before the season's over. I hope so, because I'd like to play in some playoff games and shit like that. But if not, then I will use next year's preseason to my advantage to try to rack up as much XP points as possible and improve to be better than Alex Smith in the starting lineup. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. These are just a whole bunch of stats, wide receiver stats, running stats, all that shit. So again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next week. I hope I can get some playing time soon, and I'll see you next time.